Welcome to Musings with MastermindED. On this week's episode of Musings with MastermindED, you are going to hear from 3 different coaches as they discuss a recent article from Harvard Business Review entitled How to Motivate Yourself When You Don't Have a Deadline by Elizabeth Grace Saunders. The link to that article is in our video description.
Hi, my name is Roxanne Walker, and I'm the literacy coach for the primary school at United World College of Southeast Asia, located in Singapore. And when I read this article, it definitely resonated with me because I've just moved. I'm 5 weeks into a new role, so moving from the classroom into a coaching role, figuring out time management and how to get things done when I don't have a deadline has definitely been a learning curve for me. And so the idea of setting your own deadline is something that I'm trying, and I've seen firsthand how it works for someone when I asked for support for something from our incredible office ladies, and one of them said to me, "Okay, it'll be done by this date." And when I said, "Oh, it doesn't have to be done by a certain date," and she said to me, she's like, "Oh no, that's for me." And it made me think, gosh, I need to start doing that. And so setting my own deadlines so that I can chip away at projects is, I feel, going to be really, really useful for me this year. Something else that I'm really fortunate is that I have the opportunity, I'm part of a team. And so having my colleagues check in on me with certain tasks and just checking in to see where I'm at makes me feel like I'm accountable, and that is like a reminder to check to see that I'm on track.
Hi, my name is Diona Be, and I'm an innovation coach at an international school in China. The article that was shared about setting a deadline was really timely for me. As a coach, I need to be able to manage multiple projects and responsibilities that I have to the educators and students I work with, so deadlines are vital to get the work done and fulfill my commitments to others. But what about those tasks that need to get done but don't have a specific deadline? As the article points out, the tasks that stay on your to-do list for long periods of time can cause frustration and anxiety, and I totally agree with that. Of the 3 tips from the article, the one that resonates with me the most is make a deadline. I've recently revamped my workflow process using a digital task list, and I've committed to putting due dates on everything, whether there's an external one or not. There's going to be a due date on it. I do admit as the due dates approach for those important but not urgent items, I might adjust the due dates or just leave them as overdue on my list. But they are visible on my task list, and I'm reminded of them. This is also an incentive for me to address these tasks and projects as I want to get them off my list. Another strategy I use is blocking off time to focus on certain tasks. When I have some flexibility in my schedule, I can dedicate a specific amount of time to focus on one thing and get it done. This is also useful for those tasks and projects with external or time-sensitive deadlines. Another recommendation I've gotten recently is to be conscious of the positive feeling we have when we check those to-do items off the list. This can help us to start to retrain our brain to be more motivated and reduce procrastination. I know staying organized is always a work in progress for me, but reflecting on and refining my workflow is vital to me feeling and being productive.
So I've been thinking about motivation, and I've been thinking about doing good work versus great work. Michael Bungay-Stanier has the book How to Do More Great Work, which is a series of small articles that you can go through and work through, like a little workbook that helps you identify what you need for your work to be great. And he acknowledges that good work allows an institution to run smoothly. So I was thinking about the work of Michael Bungay-Stanier when I was reading this and thinking about myself as a coach. I know that I need to find my great work. All those things that don't motivate me sit sort of on the side as good work, and you just have to clear the path, knowing that when you do that work, it will aid somebody else. The great work is the stuff that feeds my soul, and it gets me out of bed in the morning and makes me want to go to work. And as a coach, I have to keep in that great work zone whilst doing the good work, because that's what helps the institution run and helps teachers every day in their classroom. But as a a coach to other people, often I find myself trying to help them find their great work because they've lost their way. So it made me think about this in two ways. One as me as a coach and my own thinking, and one about teachers and helping them when they have a dip. I also think that every coach or everybody needs a coach. Every coach needs a coach. Everybody needs a coach. And I would, if I was not feeling motivated or I was lost, I would use my coach, my professional coach, for part of an accountability to myself, maybe. Because once I articulate to somebody the issues that I'm having or the struggles that I'm having, I find it easier to commit. So that's two things I would do. I would think about what's my great work and good work and differentiate between the two and make sure I had great work, and I would name out the good work so that I could be accountable to myself and commit to the good work. And I also want to put a plug in for Seth Godin's book, The Dip, because that's a little book that helps you know when to quit and know when to push through. And I think sometimes when we're not feeling motivated, we need to see the end result in order to push through.
If you would like to learn more about the original article being discussed in this video, please head on over to our video description and you will find the link there.